Hello, my curious souls. Welcome in or welcome back. My name is Amanda, and today we are diving into a pick a card reading looking at the month of April and any messages that would like to come through to help you navigate this upcoming month. I do hope March was good to you with all of the astrological events that occurred, and I do hope you are all well. We will be doing things a little bit differently today based on some feedback that I received from a community poll that I shared about preferred video length. So thank you to those who participated. Moving forward, I am going to keep my readings between 10 to 15 minutes in length to ensure that I am being respectful of your time and to focus on the most important messages with more clarity and efficiency. And hopefully with that, I can actually get to an additional soul path, so you have even more soul paths to choose from for whatever messages would like to come through for your highest good and your greatest guidance. As always with my readings, they are here to offer insight, not instruction, so please take what resonates, trust your own intuition, and lovingly leave the rest. So if you are ready to jump in, you will find timestamps in the description box, but if you'd like a quick introduction to each soul path, stay with me, I will walk you through them right now. For Soul Path 1, we have the Rider-Waite Tarot with the Evil Eye Protection Stone. For Soul Path 2, we have Tarot in Wonderland with the Aragonite Stone. For Soul Path 3, we have the Steampunk Tarot with the Hematite Stone. And for Soul Path 4, we have Tarot over the Rainbow with the Pink Crackle Quartz. So whenever you're ready, head into the description box to click on the timestamp for your reading, and I'll meet you over there. Hello, Soul Path 1. Welcome into your reading. You chose the traditional Rider-Waite Tarot with the Evil Eye Protection Stone. I'm going to pull a hidden card for you for the end of your reading. I feel like that one was trying to come through. And we will take a look at that as further guidance, messages, or inspiration to take with you and to close your reading. So we're going to get 6 cards out on the table, take a peek at what's happening in your month of April. I feel like there's going to be some people around you in the month of April that are going to be quite the influence for you. This could be family members. We have the 6 of Cups in reverse at the bottom of the deck. And just to go over what we have here, we have the Moon in reverse as your card 1. Card 2 is your 2 of Wands. We have the Strength in reverse as card 3. Card 4, we've got the Queen of Swords in reverse. Card 5, King of Pentacles in the upright, and we have the Page of Pentacles to end your reading here. So underlying energy, I feel there's a lot of emotions coming to the surface, possibly a lot of truths about family, about what feels like family, about maybe some memories or some reflections on the past, and maybe how you would like to move forward as it pertains to relationships or the people that you are intimately involved with. The beginning of the month, I feel like there's going to be a little bit of lack of clarity, but I feel like this is because there may be an avoidance to asking some tough questions here, or maybe going into the depths of your emotions to gain the clarity that you're looking for. I have a feeling that the answers you seek are in the emotional body, possibly the relationships that you have in your life. So beginning of the month, I feel you might be called to look into something a little bit deeper to find some kind of answers, but it's not going to be on the surface level. It's not going to be in a book, in a blog, in a video. It's going to be a search within to figure that out, to find that clarity. So whenever you have some fogginess surrounding a particular situation or a person, I feel like this is a call to look within. Now, this could also be that you have already completed some of this work and are still kind of in the midst of figuring things out. So I do kind of feel as we move on into the month of April that things are going to start to feel a little bit more grounded for you. I almost feel like you're starting to gain some answers. While they might be coming in slowly, I feel like you are starting to understand something and you'd like to take action based on the things that you have understood. I think that you're going to be considering your future, what that looks like, how you would like to feel. There's a sense of you wanting some kind of abundance to not only feel comfortable, satisfied, safe, secure within your own life and personally, but I also think that you want to be able to support others as well with this abundance, with this wealth, and whatever it is you are putting your effort into. So I really get that you're spending a moment to reflect on that. That could have been inspired by this quest to discover something deeper within yourself and possibly bring that up to the surface so that you can really analyze it and use that to your advantage to make decisions that are for your future and not your past. Now, I'll get to the people part of this once I get through the monthly energy, but I do feel that some people in your life are going to be influencing you and or possibly causing you some struggle. Strength in reverse, paired with the Page of Pentacles, I almost feel like you're feeling some kind of fear and going forward anyway. There's a lack of either courage, a lack of strength. You feel like you don't have the strength or the courage or the leadership or even the ability to overcome difficulty or overcome maybe those triggers, those anxieties, those fears. So I think grace and compassion is going to be important for you as you close out the month of April. I do feel like something will be coming to light and it might make you feel shameful or doubtful about something, but this is, I feel, an opportunity to do something different, to possibly align yourself to a new goal, a new value, a new core belief. I almost wonder if that's part of this pentacle, is that there's a new core belief that is being rewritten, restructured, reevaluated, because I feel like you want to have confidence within yourself. You want to be able to plan and actually take action to see growth in your life, to do big things, quite possibly. But it requires you to look at an energy that is within you, possibly related to whether or not you feel you can do that, to feel like you're worthy of this success, this abundance, this security, this comfort. And that might all tie back into something within your past, within your emotional body, that you're going to be looking at and letting go of or evaluating. And I think you're going to even start spending time to be able to build your confidence, to possibly work on this core belief so that you can move forward in the coming months with great confidence and great strength. With this King of Pentacles as well, you could be receiving guidance, specifically business guidance or financial guidance from this person. Maybe even encouragement to start a new business as well, and possibly following a plan or following in their footsteps to some degree. Now let's look at just final advice. A couple of cards for final advice for Soul Path 1. Thank you. Dear Spirit, thank you. Final guidance. There it is again. And there's your Three of Wands at the bottom of the deck there. So this is about what you feel you are wanting to achieve, the things you want to attain or you would like to manifest in your life, the growth that you would like to see, possibly professionally, but also spiritually as well. You're at this point of reflection, and I think that it has everything to do with you evaluating the strength. And we have the King of Cups. So this is compassion and holding the space for your emotions, giving yourself the time to work through this, and to not move from a space of ego. So do check in with that to make sure that there's not this ego that's holding us back. Ego is how we identify with ourselves, but when it kind of gets away from us and starts to rule us, like any lower energy, whether it be anxiety or stress, then that can be a real hindrance to our future. So looking on that, reflecting on that, and again, we have more emotional energies here. So I do feel this is about mastery of some kind of emotion here, which is going to help your self-esteem, your confidence, your courage, and the belief in self as well, to be able to achieve big things, to break out of cycles, and to really move into the growth that you would like to see happen in your life. So let's look at this final card now. Adapt to changing winds with the albatross. So this could usher in a lot of changes for you within. I feel like this is internal changes that are happening. And they're big changes because we do have a couple major arcanas here, 3 to be exact. So I do feel like these are big, significant shifts that you'll be making internally. They might not be showcasing quite yet in the 3-dimensional, but there's always kind of a delay in that. I feel like you need to be pretty adaptable in the month of April to be able to navigate possibly some difficult energies or some changes that are going to occur because of this exploration into the emotional depths, and also as it pertains to your past. Just to quickly touch on the people portion of your reading, there's a mother-like figure who may not be a great listener when it comes to gaining clarity on something, so you may have to seek out more divine masculine energies that can help you take action. And I think you have to be open to learning with this Page of Pentacles, be open to spending your time differently, maybe adjusting your values or having different values and different beliefs and exploring what that means and how that's going to play out in the 3-dimensional world. But also be really mindful of how you spend your money as well as we get into the end of the month. I really feel you're going to come through the month mastering your emotions, even though there could be a lot of emotional triggers, or you dealing with a lot of unknown feelings. But I really feel you have to show up for yourself to be able to give yourself the emotional space to manage emotions and to master your emotions so that they don't master you. This also could be somebody that you look to, whether it's a friend, a family member, somebody who can hold that space for you to be able to move through these emotions. This could also be a professional as well, so don't discount that if it is within your reach to do so and it feels aligned. So these are the messages I have for you today, my dear Soul Path 1. I hope these insights resonated and offered the clarity and confirmation you needed today. If you'd like to share any synchronicities or takeaways, and even the length of this reading, feel free to drop it all in the comments and subscribe for more readings just like this in the future. Until next time, I'm sending you love, encouragement on your path. Stay curious, and I'll see you in your next reading. Hello, Soul Path 2. Welcome into your reading. You chose the Aragonite stone with the Tarot in Wonderland? Wonderland Tarot. I think it's Wonderland Tarot. I always get that one wrong. I don't know why. I put all the decks that I use in each reading in the description box if you're interested. I'm going to pull a card for you for the end of your reading, which will be further guidance or actions you can take, and something that you can hopefully be inspired by for the upcoming month. Let's get straight into your reading. For Soul Path 2, we're going to pull 6 cards, see what's going on, month of April, Spirit. All right. Bottom of the deck, we have the 5 of Pentacles. At the top here, we have the 9 of Swords, the Judgment in reverse, and the 7 of Wands. And then underneath that, as clarifiers, we have the Temperance card on its side, the Hierophant on its side, and the 10 of Swords. And I already talked about bottom of the deck. We have the 5 of Pentacles. Something is weighing pretty heavy on your mind here at the beginning of the month. This could be stressors about any number of things. I have a feeling for some of you, if not most of you, it's going to be about financial issues. It's going to be possibly about your health as well for others of you. But there's this real sense of stress and overthinking, possibly rumination, and maybe catastrophizing. So I feel that's really throwing you for a little bit of a loop, throwing you off balance. You're unable to kind of maintain this equilibrium. It's like you're getting thrown off course, and this is kind of all you can think about at the moment. So I would say be mindful of that, and to possibly help find grounding practices or get into your body is some of the advice that's coming through, so that you can get out of your mind. Find moments to get out of your mind. Or I've also heard suggestions of spending time. I'm allotting 5 minutes of my day today to worry about this thing, and to not just worry for the sake of worry, but if worry isn't taking us anywhere and it's not productive in a sense where we can take action or have any control over it, then it's really just a source of energy drain. So we just have to bring awareness to that. And that can be difficult for some based on where you are neurologically, and also the triggers that you have experienced in your life as well. So I'd say the most part is just to watch for that rumination and that overthinking, and try to find ways to mitigate it so that it doesn't throw you off course. And also see if you can turn it into productive worrying, where it inspires you to take action, or it inspires you to make a choice or to change something here. And if you can't control it, then I would say to do your best to release the worry, to find a way to find equilibrium again, to bring yourself back into balance, to really find a little more peace, if only for a temporary time, so that you can relieve a bit of that spiraling that I feel is happening at the beginning of the month. So we have the Hierophant here on its sideways position with the Judgment in reverse. So there's something here that you could possibly be overlooking. This could be an opportunity, and this could be the opportunity to do something different, or even seeking assistance to help yourself manage this energy at the beginning of the month. So you could be learning something different, a new technique, a new practice. You could be even reflecting on your beliefs as well. But there is an energy that would like to shift here in the month of April. And the month of April is going to give you a good opportunity to look at that, to adjust that, to manage that, to reflect on that. I do have a feeling it has to do with some tradition or routine or practice or belief that no longer is feeling aligned for you, which could be the cause of the anxiety, although the anxiety could be attached to the underlying energy here of the Five of Pentacles, could be related to your health, your mental health, and or your finances here. But I feel you have to do something differently here. There's either a new structure that wants to come in, and you have to follow some kind of structure or routine for a time to be able to build a new habit, or there is something here that needs to be let go of in order for you to move forward, because this energy is simply not working for you anymore. So whichever side of the coin you kind of land on, I feel you have to make a judgment about whether you're needing to buckle down on something, or you need to let go of something and rewrite some kind of script here in order to kind of rise above the ashes here and see the opportunity in the difficulty that you're moving through. I do see you coming out fighting here with the Seven of Wands. This is a very interesting test of will, and I think you're understanding that this isn't here to break you, it's here for you to make some kind of adjustment, whether it's in your physical world or within your internal world. And I do see you standing up to opposition, This could be within, this could be you standing up to opposition in the universal energy as well, where you're not going to let this break you, you're not going to back down, but you're going to stand and fight to kind of see progress. But I do feel at the end of the month, you're going to feel like this is just simply a setback and not necessarily an indication of failure or an indication that you can't move forward. Again, I do feel this is an opportunity to rise above the adversity, to rise above the challenge, and to strengthen something in your life here. And it's all a matter of will here. With the Ten of Swords too, I do feel like you're really kind of putting an end to this. You kind of reach your end point, mentally speaking, at the end of the month. So maybe this rumination kind of takes a toll and takes you away from some kind of opportunity, or you fall out of some kind of routine, you have some kind of setback, and it makes things a little bit worse. But to me, this feels like a breaking point or a turning point in this storyline where it might feel dark, but this is the dark before the dawn. So the dawn is on its way. And I feel like this is this turning point to be able to start to see the hope again, start to see the changes occur within self, start to fight back, and to have a different experience, to have an improved experience, and start making changes. It's like, it's a really good energy. It's a kind of an end to some kind of mental cycle that you have found yourself in that couldn't get out of before. But I feel you've reached some kind of endpoint where enough is enough. We have to move on from this, or I have to move on from this. And I see you doing that with great will, great force, and great passion. So a couple more cards, and then we will get into your oracle card. We'll just get final guidance and advice from Spirit for you. Two more. And we have the Empress at the bottom of the deck here in reverse. So I feel there needs to be caring for yourself. That should be the front and center here. But as we talked about releasing something, here we have the Eight of Swords in reverse. And the eights always, to me, are cycles that we find ourselves in, or loops that we find ourselves in. And I do feel you are breaking that. So there could be some mental limitations that you are working through. And I feel that change is triggering some of this. So changes in your finances, changes within your career, business, job, changes within your mental health or your mindset, your physical body, quite possibly. But this, I do feel like this is a time to be really flexible and to find your center, especially in energies that trigger you or pull you off course, that make you feel ungrounded or imbalanced, to lean on those practices so that you can come to the center of this wheel and not be thrown about by being too close to the outside here. So self-care is going to be extremely important. And I feel like this will help you create the fertile ground that you need for new things to grow. And right now I feel, because there's a lot of kind of mental energy being expended on some kind of situation, it's been really tough to see the growth that you would like to see in your life, and even to care for yourself in the way that you need and deserve. So let that be a bit of a focus, and try to be really flexible with the changes that occur. Try not to be too anxious about things, but to possibly find ways to balance yourself, to do what you need to do, and care for yourself in that process. But I do see things getting a little bit better on the other side of the end of the month here. So fear not. This is an opportunity for you to break free, break through, and to step up to some kind of challenge, which isn't necessarily exciting, but work in unity to multiply success. We have another number 3. So this could have something to do with work, or you might need to find support to be able to work through this a little bit better, whether that's family, friends, support groups, communities, counselors, wherever you see fit. But this is something happens in collaboration. So I feel that's an important message too, is to not do things alone when you feel you need support, whether that is in work or whether that is in your finances. and or physical body. If you need to delegate, if you need assistance, then please do seek that out, because I feel teamwork is going to be an important part of your progress here. So this is what I have for you today, my dear Soul Path 2. I hope these insights resonated and offered clarity or confirmation that you needed. If you'd like to share any synchronicities or takeaways, or even how you like the length of this video, feel free to drop that in the comments and subscribe for more readings like this in the future. And until then, I'm sending you all my love and encouragement on your path. Stay curious, and I'll see you in your next reading. Hello, Soul Path 3. Welcome into your reading. You chose the Steampunk Tarot with the hematite stone. And I'm going to grab a card for the end of your reading, which will be further guidance or actions that you could possibly take or be inspired by after your reading is finished. So let's hop right in and get 6 cards for Soul Path 3. Okay, so we have the King of Cups in reverse at the bottom of the deck. For your main reading here, we have King of Swords upright, Page of Swords in reverse, 2 of Pentacles upright with 4 of Pentacles in reverse, and the 9 of Swords in the reverse with the 2 of Cups in the upright. Some of you could be finishing school in the month of March. This could be university. This could be some kind of course of learning overall, or generally speaking. I feel like you've learned a whole bunch of stuff or are learning a whole bunch of things, maybe even applying that knowledge somehow, sharing with others as well. Now, I'm also getting a little bit of stubbornness here because it is paired with the Page of Swords in reverse. And when the Page of Swords is in reverse, it can be really closed off to learning new things. So there could be a call to learn something new, but for some of you, there might be this feeling like, yeah, I know enough about that subject. I don't need to learn anything more, understand anything more. So just be mindful of that and to stay open and curious, even if you have a solid education or you have some kind of deep knowledge or deep wisdom about something. The King of Swords is also a really good decision maker, so regardless of what the beginning of April is, whatever's going on in the beginning of April for you, I feel overall you're going to be really clear about your direction and the decisions that you need to make to get there. You could also be dealing with people at the beginning of April. So this could be an authority figure, a teacher, a mentor, somebody who is very well educated or well spoken. And you could also be dealing with another person that isn't so well spoken, and that is a little bit younger, that is maybe really impulsive or really quick to make decisions. So yeah, there could be a focus on people for you here rather than energies or essences. 2 of Pentacles and the 4 of Pentacles here in reverse. This kind of tells me that you're needing to juggle something in the middle of the month. This could be work and school. This could be family and friends, or a number of different combinations of things. But I feel prioritizing something is really going to be important so that you can kind of maintain the momentum that you're starting to see. Maybe there's a new direction that you take, or maybe there's an old direction that you continue on. There's just something to manage here and something to prioritize and possibly organize, and you're going to have to make some tough choices on what stays and what goes. With the 4 of Pentacles in reverse here, there could be this sense of freedom from something, or maybe you're spending money doing something, going somewhere, purchasing a new car or a new e-bike or something. So there's a little bit of a loss of money and a need to be able to maybe juggle some things around to be able to afford something, to be able to invest in something. But I don't think it's going to be a huge loss, whatever that is, because we have the 4 and then it's down to the 2. So I do feel that it's kind of a temporary loss or investment, and then this is you being able to kind of move forward and build some kind of momentum on something, or invest in something that you truly will find valuable. But you may have to spend some time building finances back again after this investment of whatever this might be. This could be an investment of time as well. All the more reason to be really mindful about how you spend your time and where you spend your time, especially if there's something that you want to learn or something that you would like to pursue. We have to make room for that. So what is going to fall by the wayside for a temporary time while you work through that? I feel like in a relationship near the end of April here, whether that is a metaphorical relationship with something that you are wholeheartedly invested in and you're really in love with, whether this is your divine masculine, divine feminine, or whether this is some person in your life that you have a one-on-one relationship with, I feel like there's some anxiety being relieved. There could be some discussions being had or taking place at the end of the month where it relieves a lot of anxiety or worry that you had about this connection. And it really restores balance because of that open communication. Now, having said that, that could be the two people at the beginning of the month as well, where there's a more mature person, there's somebody who is younger in nature or a little less mature. One person communicates, the other person doesn't, maybe gets shut down. And I think at the end of the month, there's this open communication that is happening, which restores some kind of balance here. Now, King of Cups in reverse. This tells me that there's some lack of emotional capacity to deal with something, or you just feel emotionally drained. That could be this Nine of Swords that gets resolved at the end of the month. Or emotions are simply running high in the month of April due to some of the stressors that you're managing or trying to work through or balance. So definitely try to do your best to not move from a space or make decisions from a space that is feeling emotionally charged. We want to make sure we spend the time to be able to process those emotions and those feelings so that we can come to a more grounded place and move forward with a little bit more stability and to be practical in that decision making. So let's get a couple more cards and then we will close your reading by looking at that oracle card, which I designed, by the way. Okay. So we have the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. There's this feeling of feeling stuck, and that could be triggering a lot of emotions where maybe you can't open up or be vulnerable, or maybe have somebody else be vulnerable with you and open up. There's this feeling of either feeling stuck or I don't know how to move forward. So I think it's just a slow and steady progression here. It's kind of getting into that grounded energy to be able to ground this King of Cups in reverse. That's really going to help, I think. And then we have the Empress in reverse and the Page of Wands in the upright. So I do feel like you have to reconnect with your vision, and you have to ensure that you are taking care of your physical body, maybe your physical space. There's a sense of caring and mothering here, mothering self, and caring and having compassion and patience for the process that is unfolding in April. Reconnecting to your passions or your whys, it may also help in a situation where you feel you lack a little clarity, or you feel like you're trying to resolve some kind of issue or stress. It's reconnecting to your whys and seeing the possibilities where maybe no possibilities seemingly exists right now. So again, coming back to that, staying open to learning new things, because it may come to you or be shown to you in a way that you don't expect. So, grow through challenge and change with the earth. So we have more earth energy here. I just think that is confirmation for you that grounding practices are going to be really helpful for you in April. And this is about some kind of growth that you're moving through. We do have the Empress, however, it's in reverse. But I feel the key is to ground yourself in some kind of practical steps that you can take to open yourself up to maybe a new vision, a new way of doing something here. That's going to allow you to move forward in a way that feels inspiring and that is connected to the things that you love and the people that you love, and also help you ground yourself, to emotionally regulate yourself, and so you feel a little more emotionally stable, maybe even financially stable as well. And using this month as an opportunity to grow through a challenge and change. Using this opportunity to nurture the soil so that you can plant new seeds and grow brand new things. So these are the messages I have for you today, my dear Soul Path 3. I hope these insights resonated and offered the clarity or confirmation you needed. If you'd like to share any synchronicities or takeaways, or even if you enjoy the length of this video, feel free to drop all of those in the comments and subscribe for more readings just like this. Until next time, I'm sending you love and encouragement on your path. Stay curious, and I'll see you in your next reading. Hello, Soul Path 4. Welcome into your reading. You chose the pink crackle quartz with the tarot over the rainbow. And I am going to first start with the last card. This will be hidden and will be revealed at the end. This is action that you can take, or possible just further information or guidance about your month of April and how you might be able to navigate that. Navigate it with more ease. So we will see. For Soul Path 4, please. Let's get 6 cards for their month of April. Okay, I'm going to take this one as the bottom of the deck, just because limited on time, and we want to get really clear. I will actually touch base with the actual bottom of the deck, though. I am curious. So we have the Star in reverse and the King of Wands in the upright. Okay. Lots of ambition there with the King of Wands. I think you have an idea of what you want, where you want to go, but you're not really sure how to get there. Although April might be a month where you're evaluating something here, because I feel there's a restriction, or you're feeling restricted with what you can accomplish. And I think you're going to reflect on some of the things that you've learned about yourself, maybe even understanding what are the thoughts or the mindsets or the beliefs that keep you stuck and feeling restricted or limited in your life. And are those things something that you can work towards changing? I think there's a connection to emotions and thoughts, and how certain thoughts are affecting your emotional body, possibly causing some confusion. And you not really knowing what your dreams might be. The Star card is a bit of a dream come true, or moving towards your dreams a little bit more, moving towards the things that you want to accomplish and achieve, the successes that you want to see in life. But because it's in reverse, there's this feeling of hopelessness. But I have a feeling it has a lot to do with these limiting beliefs and you feeling stuck or unable to see the way. So the beginning of the month, you might be stepping away to clarify some things, or tap into, get clarity about what you find fulfilling, what you find satisfying, and what happens within the mind when you think about those things that feel far-reaching. Does your mind shut it down? Is there a belief or a phrase that comes up? Something going on there that I think you're going to be looking at and assessing. I do see a bit of a moving on energy here with the 6 of Swords. So because we started with the 8 of Swords, with that cycle that's going on within the mind, it gets paired back here in the middle of the month, where you've maybe understood something, or you've made some choices, and now you're starting to have a bit of a mindset shift or a perspective shift in some area of your life, and you're now moving on because a truth has been revealed. You are stepping into your authenticity and the things that you feel deep within your soul that you would like to move towards, and making decisions that align with that. So with both of these cards being in reverse, there's this truth, this emotional truth that's coming to the surface, and this deeper understanding of where it is that you want to go, how you want to feel, and what are the actions and choices that you need to do that. Now, this could also be somebody that feels a little bit manipulative or controlling or a little bit abrasive, or you feel like they're keeping secrets. I do feel for a very small portion of you that you are going to move on from this energy, or at least deal with this energy a little bit differently than you have in the past, and not let it influence you or affect you in a way that it had before. Now, as we move on to the end of the month here, we do have the King of Pentacles in reverse and the Two of Wands in reverse. There's an insecurity about your future here and not knowing what your future is going to look like. Now that you've had this mindset shift here, and you're maybe working through some limiting beliefs or some actual restrictions in your life, I feel like there's this sense of deep insecurity that comes with that, of now what? Now what do I do? Now what choices do I make? Now what is it that I desire to move towards? Because maybe the situation that you have found yourself in, I don't feel like there's a plan B. It's like you thought you were going to be here in perpetuity. But now that you've understood something, you've clarified something, you became more honest with yourself about something, now that means there's some changes that are occurring because of that, and that might make you feel a little ungrounded or even self-conscious, maybe even doubtful about the decisions that you make about your life or about the shifts that you are making in your life. So there's a bit of uncertainty. It's interesting. There's a lot of truth, but also a lot of uncertainty that comes with that truth. So let's get some further guidance and advice for Soul Path 4. Could also be dealing with some people here as well. We do have the King of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. Can be a person of authority, somebody that runs their own business. This could be somebody who provides for a family, so maybe you feel like you can't provide for your family or a particular business. You can no longer invest in that. This feels like a little bit of a loss or a loss in power. But I feel this is almost a restructuring that's going on. So I would say not to fear it too much. So we have the Hermit at the bottom of the deck, which is the underlying energy of this guidance and advice. And we have the Three of Wands in reverse and the Eight of Cups in reverse as well. So these being in reverse tells me that there's a bit of a fear of success possibly, and that may need to be addressed with the Seven of Cups. And is that fear creating stagnancy as it relates to the growth that you'd like to achieve? You may need to start stretching some of your comfort zones a little, possibly your emotional comfort zones, to break through that. Really have a sit down think about what your inner wisdom is telling you to do, and that might require a little bit of quiet time, a little bit of you time to be able to settle into that, because there are some things that may have to be left behind, possibly within the emotional body, where you have to go on a new quest and you can only take so many cups on with you on that new quest. The Eight of Cups is also about emotional cycles that we find ourselves in, and understand or get to a point where we understand that what I'm emotionally investing in is not actually fulfilling me, so it's time to move on before I actually feel too drained to carry on. So there's something about your growth as it pertains to your career, your business, the things you want to achieve and manifest. I feel like this might be a month where you're simply just thinking about it and you're not making decisions quite yet, to think about the intentions, think about where you want to go, think about and connect in with your inner guidance system and your North Star. You know, what does that look like for you? Maybe even defining what success looks like for you. Is it a feeling? Is it money in the bank? Is it a home or van life or whatever that fulfillment might be for you? It's about considering that and working through some of the emotions and mental aspects of what might be keeping you feeling stuck or stagnant and unable to move towards the things that you truly want to accomplish. So let's look at the bottom of the deck. We have develop strong roots to weather storms. So that could be what you're doing here, is you're developing new roots, strong roots in the things that you truly desire to achieve and to work towards. This isn't just something where it's a fly-by-night thing and you're just going to see where it goes. I feel like you really want to root down into something and commit to something in the long term to be able to create the foundations that you need to maybe achieve other things as well. So this is a month where it's not only reflective, but you're starting to understand some truths, what that means and what it doesn't mean. So that's really scary when you get that clarity, but it's also very exciting because you can start to take new action based on that clarity moving forward. So these are the messages I have for you today, my dear Soul Path 4. I hope these insights resonated and offered the clarity or confirmation you needed. If you'd like to share any synchronicities or takeaways, even if you enjoyed the length of this reading, feel free to drop all of that in the comments and subscribe for more readings just like this. Until next time, I'm sending you love and encouragement on your path. Stay curious, and I'll see you in your next reading.